Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most dramatic stories in sports and money. The rise and fall of Mike Tyson. This man was a legend. At 20 years old, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history. He earned hundreds of millions of dollars, lived like a king, and yet, by the early 2000s, he was bankrupt, owing more than $20 million in debt. So the question is, how does someone go from the very top of the world to having nothing left? And more importantly, what can we learn from it? I'll tell you the story, then share an angle from Eastern metaphysics, kind of like an old wisdom tradition, that might explain why his fortune disappeared so fast. Let's start with the story. Tyson grew up in poverty in Brooklyn. His father was absent, his mother died when he was still young. He got into fights on the streets until a boxing trainer discovered him and brought him into the ring. From there, he rose like a rocket. At 20, he became world champion. Fame, contracts, sponsorships, all the money you could imagine came pouring in. But money that comes like a flood often leaves like a flood. Tyson was famous for burning through cash. He bought mansions, sports cars, even pet tigers. He traveled with an entourage of dozens of people, all living off his money. Add to that lawsuits, divorces, child support, reckless spending, gambling, you name it. By 2003, he declared bankruptcy with debts of more than $23 million. Now, why did it happen? Let's look through a different lens. In Eastern metaphysics, there's this idea of a wealth container. Think of it like a cup. Some people have a small cup. Others have a bigger one. Tyson had a very small container, but money came into his life like a tsunami. The result? It overflowed. He simply couldn't hold it. There's another idea that money isn't just about income. It's about relationships. Who's around you matters. Tyson surrounded himself with friends, hangers-on and opportunists. In Eastern terms, it's like friends eating your wealth. Basically, the people around him were constantly draining him. No matter how much he made, they were there to spend it with him. Marriage plays a role too. There's an old saying, the wife is the vault. It doesn't mean a wife equals money. It means that a stable marriage acts like a safe box locking in wealth. But Tyson's marriages were full of conflict and divorce settlements. It's like having the safe box open all the time. Of course, the money leaked away. Then there's the role of parents and children. Parents give you roots. They're like the foundation of a house. Tyson lost both parents early, so he didn't have that stable guidance or family tradition to anchor him. Children, on the other hand, are like the channel where wealth can flow into the future. Many wealthy people set up family trusts or education funds, passing money down. But Tyson had a distant relationship with his kids at first, so his wealth had nowhere to go. No roots, no outlet, so it just vanished. And here's another perspective. Timing. Life moves in cycles. In Eastern metaphysics, we call them 10-year phases. Tyson's early phase was explosive, perfect for becoming champion and making money. But later, his cycle shifted into what's called a draining phase. Imagine trying to hold water in a bucket with holes. It just leaks. Without strong systems to protect his wealth, bankruptcy was almost inevitable. Now let's imagine a different athlete. Same amount of money, but with a different setup. A stable spouse, wise parents still around, kids being raised with education funds, and a personality that values planning over partying. that athlete would put money into real estate, trusts, businesses, the fortune wouldn't just stay, it would grow. The same $100 million could become lasting wealth instead of disappearing. So what do we take from Tyson's story? That wealth isn't just about talent or success. It's about having the container to hold it. Tyson had the fists but not the roots. He had the money but not the structure. In the end, wealth without roots is like fireworks. Bright for a moment, then gone. The lesson is simple. Sudden fortune can be a blessing or a curse. If you've built the foundation, it stays. If you haven't, it slips through your fingers. And Tyson's life shows us that the real secret to keeping wealth isn't money itself. It's family, relationships, timing, and inner discipline.